Hello guys, this is Siva here again. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys a simple volatility index strategy, and in this video I'll be explaining to you how to take advantage of reversal in the market. This strategy is going to be showing you guys how to identify when the market is about to reverse. Alright, for example, you are in an uptrend. Alright, this strategy is going to show you when the market is about to reverse and start heading to the downside. Okay, so the strategy is going to show you how to catch reversal in the market. All right, how to know when the market is about to reverse and you take advantage of that. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to quickly share with you guys this simple indicator setup. Then after that, I'll be explaining to you guys how you can identify the change of trend. Okay, and the first thing you do here is to click on this F icon. After clicking on that, you search for the MACD, which is our first indicator, right? But before you search for the MACD, you click on the main window plus icon here. You search for your MACD. These are the properties. The fast EMA is 12, the slow EMA is 26, MACD SMA is 9. The apply to is close. The level, we leave it as it is. Time frame is all time frame. Now under the style, you make the main, you make it color white. As you can see, I'm using a black background, so I make it color white. Now the signal, you make it color blue, 3 pixel for the both of them, right? Use 3 pixel, and after that you click on done. All right, but you can use any color of your choice if you want. Right, now the next indicator we have here is the moving average, right? So by the time you add the MACD, the indicator window one here will be formed. So you click on this second plus icon if you want to add the moving average, right? So you click on the moving average. Now the period is 1, shift is 0, method is exponential, right? The apply to is first indicators data. The level, you leave it as it is. Time frame is all time frame. All right, now under the style, you make it color red, 3 pixel. You click on done. Now the next indicator, which is the last one, is relative strength index. All right, you click on the indicator window one plus icon again. You search for your relative strength index. All right, now this one is for the levels. All right, the period is 1, apply to is close. The level is 85 and 15. Color red, 4 pixel. You click on done. Time frame is all time frame. Now under the style, you make the color of your background so that it will not reflect, right? 1 pixel. You click on done. So once you have set everything correctly as I've just explained, you are going to have a screen like this. You are going to have this setup. All right, now before I explain the strategy, I want to quickly remind you guys about the powerful boom and crash strategy, the VIP boom and crash strategy. All right, if you are hearing about it for the first time, it's a very powerful strategy for growing as little as a $5 account. It's a VIP strategy. Okay, even if you are a beginner and you have been blowing your account, you are going to be able to use this strategy to effectively. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner. Okay, you can use this strategy to grow your small account. Okay, so if you are interested, you check the description of this video. You are going to see my WhatsApp contact there. Message me and we'll discuss on how you get the strategy. Okay, so that is that about that, and it's for those who trade boom and crash. All right, because the strategy works only on boom and crash. Okay, so now that's that about that. All right, now let me explain how the strategy works. Okay, now let's say, for example, as you can see right here in the market is heading up. All right, and here on the indicator you can see that the indicator has gotten to the overbought level around this area. All right, now how do you know that the trend is about to reverse from an uptrend to a downtrend? Okay, now here on the indicator you can see that this red line here and this white line, all right, it will start reducing. It will start crossing below the blue line here. All right, so once you see this crossing, you just know that the market is about to reverse. All right, and for those of you who have a little bit of price action knowledge, you can blend it with this strategy to get better results. Okay, so now you see that this has gotten to the overbought level, right? Now you know that the market is about to reverse, right? Now what you need to do again is that you try to mark the most recent structures in the market. All right, so we have this structure here, which is a very strong key level, right? So we have this area here, which is the most recent structure price made, all right, when it was going up. All right, so this is the most recent high low the market made here, all right, on its way up. All right, so now you mark this area, and also there is something here too, but I don't think this one is very strong, right? So there is one here also. So you take note of these levels in the market, right? Now you see this you see this signal here that the market is at the overbought level, right? So you mark this area. Now what you want to do is that you want to wait for price to like break and close below these areas successfully, right? The candlestick needs to break and close below that area, right? So you can see on its way coming down, this candlestick here closes below. All right, so let me just get rid of this one and let's make use of this one. Now what you do is that you wait for the candlestick to close successfully below the line, all right, below this structure here, right? So once this candlestick closes below it, what you do is that you can decide to like go in, take one position, right? For example, you take a position around this area here. Let's say for example this is a buy, this is a sell, all right, this is a sell right here, and your stop loss is to be above the most recent structure of the market, right, which is around this area, and then you can target times 2 of that, or you target for the most recent structure, or whichever way you can set your TP is up to you, okay? But the risk needs to be small, and you know how you do these things. All right, so now once you take your entry, you place your stop loss above the most recent structure, all right, and then you can target using this indicator. You can decide to wait for the red line here to get to the oversold level, and you take your profits. All right, so that is one example on how you do this thing. Now let me show you guys a buy example. This is a sell example. Now let's see for the buy example. Now for example, you can see that price has gotten to the oversold level here. All right, now you wait for the red line to cross. So immediately the red line crosses above the blue line, right? Now you mark the most recent structure in the market. All right, now let's say this is the most recent structure the market made. All right, it made something here. Now you wait for the candlestick to break and close above that structure, right? So you can see price came back here, and you can see this long candlestick that broke above the structure with a strong candle, right? You can see the speed and the length of the candle to show that it broke through that structure with force. All right, now when it breaks and closes above, all right, you go in. Let's say you take your buy from this area here, you place a buy, and your stop loss, all right, according to the rules, is going to be below the most recent structure, which is around this area, and then maybe you target times 2 of that. All right, I know this stop loss is kind of big. All right, you can decide to reduce it to match your risk management. All right, so either way, you place your TP times 2 of that, or the most recent structure, and you target and wait. You just make your setup and wait for price to go and hit your TP, okay? So you can see, and price went up a little bit before going down. All right, so you can see this is the indicator showing you that price has gotten to the overbought level. Price has gotten to the overbought level again. So you apply the same method again, right? You mark the most recent structure, which is around this area here, or let's use this area here, right? Now you wait for candlestick to close below it, right? Close, you set your stop loss below the most recent, above the most recent structure, and you target this or this, right? Whichever one you feel like to target, all right, and you wait for price to do its thing, all right. So this is how you trade the reversals. Okay, this is how you use this strategy, all right. You use this indicator to know when price market is about to reverse or change direction, and you take trades, right? You take the advantage and you take good trades. Okay, so I just decided to like share this one quickly with you guys so that you can maybe use it to make money on your own. Okay, so if you have been watching the video to this extent and you have not yet subscribed or give the video a like, please make sure to do that. Okay, for those of you who are coming across my channel for the first time, I share powerful strategy on daily basics. Okay, powerful strategy that will help you grow your small account. Okay, so make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a powerful strategy like this, you get notified immediately. Okay, so one more example and we are done with this video. Okay, so now you can see the price has gotten to the oversold level again, right? And you see the red line crossing above the blue line, right? You apply the same method again, the same method, right? Now you mark the most recent structure, which is around this area before that movement, right? So this is the most recent structure before this upward movement, right? So you mark this area and you can see this candlestick came up here, break and close above the structure. You took your buy, stop loss below this place. All right, so if your top loss is closed, this downward movement would have taken you out. All right, then maybe you take your re-entry around this area again, stop loss below this structure, and you can see that it will go your direction. Okay, so this strategy, based on the back testing, I see that it's a very good strategy. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now is to backtest very well the strategy, make sure that it's working for you. Don't just take my words for it, do the practice yourself, make sure that the strategy is working for you before you go in with your hard-earned money. Okay, so I think that's going to be all for this video. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Silver out.